What's good, guys? This is Kara the Motivator, and I'm back with some good stuff and some positive vibes. Yeah, so today I want to talk about the impact of what you say. Yes, words. Words are very weighty, whether said casually or intentionally, and they go a long way into affecting how people feel, how people carry on their days, and how people feel about themselves. So today I want us to do a check on how we've been uttering uttering some words to people, and most of the time we don't mean to say what we are actually saying. Yeah, so you guys keep subscribing. Thank you for the love, the views, dropping it, and you guys are already on it. I really appreciate that. And as you subscribe, turn on that post notification so that you get notified every other time the video is uploaded. And you can use the comment section freely. Tell me what you'd like to hear more of, and how we can. Advance and even do this upgrade it to your liking because we're here for you. So thank you, and let's dive right into this. So words are weighty, as I've said, and they carry a lot of impact, especially once they are released. When you're saying something, maybe you're in the heat of the moment, especially, you really don't think about the effect it has on the person you're saying it to, but then it goes a long way to affect somebody's day, to affect how somebody sees themselves, to affect what somebody believes in, and it could even change somebody's world actually, just because of something you uttered casually. So, what do you do when you're in the heat of the moment and your tongue is slippery and you have to say whatever is on your chest, and you don't care what's going to happen or how the other person is going to take it? I think that we are always advised to get ourselves distracted, and even the Bible itself says that a foolish person is considered wise once they keep their mouth shut at times, because the tongue is very sensitive, and it can cause a lot of damage to the soul, to the mind, to the heart, and that's why being quiet in the heat of the moment could actually save a soul, and even your own soul actually. Because why would you want to be the reason somebody stumbles, or the reason somebody quits giving in the effort in life, or quits to believe in something that they're really passionate about, or they really hope in, just because you said something that wasn't right and made them believe it. Because sometimes whatever truth we have in us is not really rooted. So with a little bit of swaying, we are off the track, and we believe whatever we get. We believe whatever information that keeps getting fed into our minds. So you as the one speaking, I'm here to talk about you who uses your tongue uh, to either heal, to either kill, or sometimes you don't know the impact of your tongue. You just speak because it's a moment of speech, and you have to utter something. Actually, you don't have to say something just because everybody else is speaking. um what do we call it? You should say what is better, not left unsaid. When you find yourself in that tricky situation, and you're really wondering, or you're battling between what to say and even how to say it, and you have so much in you that, once you release it, it's going to affect and it's going to cause some emotional damage. Just say what is better, not left unsaid. you know there are things that are so precious in life, and once you let them out, you can't have them back. I mean, the effect they have on the outside or on people is so huge that you don't have control over it, especially with social media. Once you get your words out of your mouth, that is one, you can't have them back. You can't retract. No apology can make a difference. You feel me? And when it comes to social media again, once you upload something, they say the internet never forgets. You know that? And even the same way, This internet is about people. It is people who are watching. You feel me? And they're the same people who are going to take in those words that you said in the heat of the moment. And when everything else cools, like the way that engine has just cooled, uh, you realize that the impact remains there, and yet are now the emotions are no longer there, but the impact of what you said is still heavy in people's hearts and minds. So guys, we need to be careful about what we say and how we say it. Not everything requires a response. Sometimes no response is the response, you know and I like to give this statement that whenever you are in a crisis, don't be quick to react. Take time to process and then respond. When you're responding, you have looked at the situation and thought of how long this could. I mean, there's this quote that says that it takes less time to do the right thing than to explain why you did it wrong. So similarly, it takes less time to say the right thing than to utter something that will take you a long time to make the other person understand why you said what you said, why you didn't mean it, and how you didn't even mean it, and how they won't even buy your idea in the first place. You feel me? So take that time to process before responding. That's what response is. But reacting doesn't give a thought about anything. You just acting on impulse. Somebody has done this, I need to do this back. Somebody has said this, I say this back. you know and that is how we ruin people's lives. We cause damage, we hurt other people. And even when somebody has accused you falsely, what do you do? Like judging, somebody can come and utter something that you feel or you're offended. Maybe they didn't even direct it to you, but you feel like that person has pierced you or targeted you. You don't have to be quick to defend yourself sometimes. I know this sounds hard, but just let it sink, and let the person come to terms with whatever they have said, and realize the impact of what they have said. Because trust me, the words that you put out will always come back to you somehow. It's nature, it's the force of nature. Whatever you let out is what you get back. So sometimes you don't have, actually it's all the time, you don't have to keep fighting everything. You don't have to keep fighting statements. You don't have to keep defending. You don't have to keep explaining and all that. I mean, just be careful about what is within your control, because as I've told you, words uttered are no longer under your control. How they affect the other person is not about, it has nothing to do with you now. But what control you had is how you'd have said that, or how you'd not have said it. Okay. uh I mean, there's so much to talk about words. I mean, so much. But the key thing, the underlying factor here is that you need to be in control of what you can control. You need to be careful about what you feed your mind with, because most of the time we are uttering how you feel. The same Bible goes on to say that from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So it's what you've been feeding yourself with. If you feed yourself with bitterness, like maybe you didn't feed yourself with bitterness intentionally, but there are so many things that have been happening around you, and they've made you grow bitter about life or about situations. Trust you me, when somebody comes and gets the better part of you, or offends you, you're going to be so quick to react. Why? Because you've stored up some bitterness that needs to be let out, and they're just looking for a chance to come out. And that's the problem, because you end up hurting the person who's not guilty about how you're feeling. Maybe whoever offended you already got away with it, but then there's this person who's come and made a mistake, and now you're letting it all out on them, which is so unfair, and which at the end, still it gets you feeling bad about the situation. So all these will still come back to you. So the first thing is that you need to control. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you need to control whatever is within your control. That is, feed yourself with some positivity. Find a way of letting out some bitterness and some grief and some whatever it is, whatever negative vibe that gets into you. Find a way of letting it out before it does the damage, before it breaks you, and after breaking you, it breaks the people around you who you expect to strengthen you. You know, sometimes we wonder why am I having to go through so much, and yet people aren't backing me, people aren't here with me. Maybe you're repelling them with your words, or even with the mood that's around you. You know, there's an environment you sense when you're around somebody who's not at peace with their own self. You know, you feel some negative energy that just draws you away from them. But what happens when you have this jovial guy or person, you know, you just want to be around them because this person makes you happy. You look forward to having moments with them and stuff like that. So really work on the inner you. The inner you is what will control the outer you, because sometimes the outward self that we see is a reflection of what's on the inside. So you want to reflect something that's inspiring, something that's motivating, something that's drawing people to you, something that's creating a good environment for not only yourself but also those around you. There are people you see and want to run away from. I know the people you see and you want to avoid because maybe they ask you too many questions. Actually, I really hate that. People who want to know so much about what's going on with your life. So when you see them first from a distance, you change your direction, or you assume you're not seeing them. Why? Because you don't want whatever information they have to give you. It's not healthy, it's not helpful, you know. But what happens when you see somebody who cheers you on, somebody who you know has got your back, you know, you look forward to meeting them and hearing what they have to say. So be that person who you first of all love to be with, because if you're not happy with who you are, nobody's going to be happy with you. So master yourself and learn how to tame your tongue, and realize that words are very, very crucial because they carry a lot of weight, especially in even how you say them. And don't be in a rush to speak back when you're heated. You guys feel me? I know that. Yeah. So that's the way forward. Words. I know I've just said, like, this bit is what I've given you because there's so much about words, and we all know that. And at the same time, don't hold to yourself what people have said about you. I mean, that negativity that somebody gave to you in their moment of anger, and you're still holding on to it. That you can't give somebody else the power to run your own life, you know. They said that, but that has no effect on you. You should learn how to get over it. If you're going to speak to somebody else, like so and so said this to me, and it's been on my mind for a while, find a way of bringing it out. Don't keep negativity in the inside so that it kills you, it drains you, and then you have nothing positive to offer. So with that, you guys keep subscribing, keep sharing this, keep learning, growing, and let's all grow together. I love you guys. See you in the next video.